I'm Richard Lewis, reporting for Carrot.org, and I'm here with Voyboy from Team Dignitas. Right, first thing I want to ask you about the journey here. It was cataclysmic for one of your members. Cutie Pie is the culprit. We already wrote about it, but because no one ever reads what we write, I thought you might want to tell us in your own words exactly what happened.
Yeah, so apparently we all got here I got here at like 10 p.m. and we were like, all right, everyone's here except Cutie Pie, and he was supposed to get there like 10 hours before everyone else. So we called the OD and we're like, where's Cutie? And he like apparently talked to Cutie on the phone, and Cutie like fell asleep on a bench waiting for his flight or something, like typical Cutie Pie behavior. So he fell asleep, he missed his flight, he had to buy the next one out, and he eventually got there like thankfully in the morning before our match, but it was kind of a hassle, and I think we'll be on his case to not make those kind of mistakes next time.
Well, falling asleep on a bench, I mean, is that appropriate? Because a few people were saying he looks a bit like a hobo anyway, so...
I don't know. He was up the night before playing karaoke party online, so he was a little bit tired. So he had to take a little breather that lasted too long.
Right, well, you guys are coming into this competition in great shape. Curse Invitational was a particularly impressive series of performances and a decent cash prize at the end of it, which no doubt you'll be happy about. Were you feeling extremely confident coming to the Intel Extreme Masters?
Yeah, so coming into the IEM Masters, like for example, before Kiev, we weren't in practice, we were kind of in a slump, and we weren't feeling that good about the tournament, but we ended up placing third, and then we just ended up practicing the months after that, and then it was just like an upward climb until the Curse Invitational, where we managed to beat a lot of good teams going into it, and we beat Curse and we got the prize, and then we kept scrimming and we came here and we did really well in the group stages. So it's just like we're feeling confident, and we were feeling good coming in, so we're glad we were able to pull it off so far.
Just before we talk a little bit more about the tournament, obviously Team Dignitas are kind of a new presence in League of Legends. What did you guys know about the organisation when you were kind of picked up by them?
Yeah, so at the time we were rock solid, and me and Scar have been playing together for over a year, but we've integrated Cutie, Locust, and Dominate over the course of that. And before we knew, like, they had some really good StarCraft players. Like at that time, I think Nanimo was still on, and they had Select, of course, and Killer. So we were like, yeah, this is a really reputable team, and we were actually very honored that they were interested in picking us up, because at the time we were kind of like the little guy underdogs, like, and it was great. So.
Well, speaking about that, one of the things that we've seen at this event is, firstly, League of Legends bringing in the biggest crowd, bigger than StarCraft 2, bigger than 1.6, probably bigger than both of them put together by the looks of what's happening out there. We've also seen StarCraft 2 players complaining about the conditions. And you guys, from what I've seen hanging around the League of Legends players, you don't seem to have a lot of egos yet in this fledgling esport. What's your take on it all? I mean, are you guys just kind of happy to be here, like playing the game that you enjoy? Do you find some reactions from other esports people a bit perplexing?
I think it definitely varies. Like there's people from all ends of the spectrum. Like there's some who obviously they might have like a bit of a history, so they might have a little bit of reason to have an ego. And then there's some people who are just like really down to earth and humble. And I mean it's that, like the second one is the one that I try to act like. So I think it's not worth getting worked up over like little things. Like I mean, if playing conditions are really messing with your game, I mean, it's worth complaining about, but making a scene is kind of out of line.
Okay. Well, back to the tournament. You steamrolled against All Authority, AAA as they seem to be called at the moment. A bit confusing for Americans, I imagine. But yeah, AAA, and you just dicked on them in the group stage. Then we just watched them on stage really do a number on SK Gaming. Has that made you revise the way you're going to approach the game, or are you still confident going into it?
I mean, we're definitely gonna look at the best of 3 they played against SK and try to pick up little things from it that would help us out. But we're definitely still pretty confident going into the match, the semifinals tomorrow.
So nothing you want to reveal tactics-wise that you might be switching up?
I don't think we're gonna really switch anything up. It's just we saw them play kind of how we would expect them. Like even going into the group stage, like this is kind of the play we expected. So We're just gonna do our best tomorrow and see how it goes.
Were you surprised at SK not coming through? I mean, had you already mentally geared to play them? Because a lot of the players I've been speaking to said AAA are actually clear favourites for this game. SK aren't that strong, and a lot of the fans were thinking SK were going to breeze it. Had you prepared mentally to play one team over the other?
I thought it was a pretty even 50-50, but looking at the games, like AA, I think they kind of systematically rolled SK for the most part. Like AA kind of threw it in the second game after having like a decisive advantage, and the first game they beat them pretty clearly. Second game they beat them. It was kind of like our Fnatic game where we just completely threw, and then the third game it was like a steamroll. So I think that they kind of showed they were the superior team in this series, and I mean honestly I thought they were about even, but AA proved that they were a force to be reckoned with. So.
Okay, well, final question. When you come into this, you must have set yourself a target, something that you were going to fly back to the States with and be happy about in it. You know, bare minimum. What was it?
I want that MVP hoodie.
Is that really what it is, the MVP hoodie?
No, we just wanted to come here and do our best and see where it takes us. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy we made our group stages. I'm happy we're going to have a chance to be in the finals. So.
And happy Cutie Pie's still alive as well.
I'm happy Cutie's here, yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us. Really appreciate it. All the guys out there at cadred.org, stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more League of Legends coverage coming at you from the Intel Extreme Masters.